What up, YouTube? Lance here, and today I'm going to be going over the movie Skyfall. But before I do that, just want to let you guys know that the list of movies that I'm going to be watching is in the description box below. So go ahead and check that out. The next movie that I'm going to be watching is going to be The Man with the Iron Fist. So what you guys can do is, if you've seen the movie already, you can go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section below about the movie, The Man with the Iron Fists, so that way I can read those comments and possibly use them in my next upcoming video review on that video. And you can also leave your comments below about Skyfall, which is what I'm about to go over right now. And also, a good idea too that I really like is that you guys are giving me some feedback on what it is that you guys want me to watch, or what you think I should watch, or what movies that you like. And I would love to be able to make a video of reviewing or giving my thoughts on that movie. Like we have here, Aesthetic Goals sent me sent me a comment saying you should see a movie called Ali. I can't remember if I have seen it or if I haven't seen it, but regardless, I kind of forgot it if I did see it. But I'm going to be watching that movie right after The Man with the Iron Fist. And so thanks to Aesthetic Goals, I'm going to be doing that just because you sent me that comment on there. And so comments are going to get the priority of how I do things. If I see a comment and somebody says, watch this movie, I'm going to watch that movie. So definitely let me know in the comment section below. But we're already a minute and 30 in, so I'm going to get into my review on the James Bond movie, Skyfall. So from what I'm reading here on my reviews, I'm just going to give you guys a little background. It says here the storyline is when Bond's latest assessment goes gravely wrong and agents around the world are exposed, MI6 is attacked. Now MI6 is like their headquarters, their building, or whatever you want to call it. And it's forcing M, who is James Bond's, I guess you could say, boss, M to relocate the agency. And these events caused her authority and position to be challenged, and the new chairman of Intelligence and Secret Committee. The new chairman of Intelligence and Secret Committee, he kind of challenges her role and stuff like that. Then with MI6 now compromised from both sides, and M is left with only one ally she can trust, which is James Bond. James Bond takes the shadow, aided only by a field agent, Eve, which is the girl. I didn't really like her in the video. You know how Bond movies are supposed to have like these really good looking girls, or they're supposed to like contribute something to the movie? She was completely lacking. The acting was good, but her character just was not developed far enough to the point where it's like you can, I guess you could say you have a reason for putting her in the movie. They could have kept her out completely, just put in some other person that helps out James Bond, and it would have been perfectly fine. So, blah 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 blah. That's kind of the story. You know James Bond. They've been doing it for forever, and if you've seen any kind of good cop, bad cop, or good cop chases bad guy movie, that's what this basically is. So, it's been hailed as the greatest James Bond movie yet. I highly disagree with that, but at the same time, I never really grew up watching Bond, so from what I've heard from other people is that this James Bond movie kind of brought back some of the old school James Bond feels and stuff like that, so, to each his own. And one thing you can't argue with, though, is the facts that it says. I read that it brought in $1 billion in like 10 weeks, so damn, I wish I could get a little chunk of that chain. Can I get just a little bit? Can I get like 100,000? Just a little bit, man. That's all I want. So, my opinion on this movie is that I just really could not really get into it. The main reason why is because it was one of those action movies that was going too far into like fantasy, and also too far, but while trying to remain a like reality based movie. And the reason why I say that is because there was the car chase scene. That was good. I guess compared to other car chase scenes, it wasn't. It was what it was. I can't say it was good and I can't say it was bad. But then it gets to the point where, okay, we're gonna talk about the train scene where he's on top of the train. You know those classic, like on top of the train, he's fighting the dude and stuff like that. Yada yada yada. They're doing all this crazy stuff on top of the train. So then his assistant, that girl, played by Naomi Eve, she was driving alongside the train, so they're going like this, and then there's a bridge coming up, then she has to drive over here, and then she's like, has her gun, and she's like, oh, telling M, I don't have a good shot, I don't have a good shot, and then M is like, take the shot, and she can't even see what's going on. So then M's like, I don't have a clear shot, I don't have a clear, she's like, take the shot, take the shot. M's like, Eve's like, I don't have a clear shot, and then she's just like, take the shot. So she does. Obviously, she's gonna hit Bond, but what pissed me off is that Bond, not only does he get hit, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a vest on or anything like that. Dude falls off the train, and they're on a bridge, so the dude falls like 50 or 100 stories or something like that, hits the water, and then you guys know what the next part of the movie is. The dude survives. Like, how do you survive? How is this reality? There is absolutely no way anybody would survive from that. And if they did, they would be broken to pieces. They would be in Stephen Hawking condition. I mean, there's just no way. So I didn't like that. And then, let's see here. It's just like okay, so it's like this. You know in James Bond's movies where the James Bond character has all these crazy gadgets and all this stuff. He's like one step below Inspector Gadget with all the stuff that he has. And this movie, the only thing that he gets is a gun that it recognizes his palm print, so nobody else can fire it. That's all he gets. I'm like, where is everything? Where is the whole Bond? I guess that's where it goes back to like the old school Bond, maybe. I'm not really sure, but man, give me a little bit more than that. And then, okay, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So then, you know, they find out kind of who this, or okay, actually, James Bond comes back to the agency after he's been in some foreign country. You know how he is, sleeping with some girl or whatever, because he didn't die when he fell like 50,000 feet. So then he goes back to the agency, fails all of the tests by like flying colors, doesn't pass one test, but then the girl M is like, oh yeah, you passed everything, go ahead and get out there. And you know, it's like, okay, dude's broken, can't shoot anything, goes out to the field, and what do you guys think he does? Dude's out there acting like a marksman, everything comes back like this, yada yada yada. You know, that's another thing where it's like, okay, this is kind of like a fantasy superhero person. At least they didn't even show like the development of him. It was just failed all these tests, then he's out in the field getting a bad guy that not even the top agents can get. It's like, what, dude? You've been out of the game forever. Come on, man. So, but again, this is, you know, Bond's supposed to be like one step below Superman, but a real person. Whatever. Again, I'm still not really I'm not really a fan of that. But anyways, the villain dude, he is this super mastermind with computers. He blew up the MI6 building by manipulating code and doing all this stuff, and he has all these elaborate setups and stuff like that. So they can't find him, but they've got this other geek that gave him the gun with the palm print thing. So he what am I trying to say here? He found out where the guy was. They went to the island. It was just this big deserted island with or place with all these buildings, empty buildings and stuff like that. He has this gigantic server room like Google, but yet nobody can find the dude. That's another thing. It's like, come on, man. There's no way that's gonna happen. And you know, just all of this just ridiculousness. So then, skipping a whole bunch forward, they end up going back to England or something like that. The guy escapes, obviously, because you know how that always works. The guy escapes from MI6. Then they go back to England. So James Bond's like, I'm going to go out to this rural location. Then that dude's going to follow me. So he does. And then he gets there. It's like James Bond versus 7 or 8 people. You know how that is. So they all have guns. They're all shooting up into the house and stuff like that. AKs or all these other crazy military grade weapons. Shooting up the place like crazy. Obviously, Bond doesn't get hit by one bullet, even though they're throwing like 1 billion bullets in there. And then the villain guy has some helicopter come in. The helicopter's annihilating the house. Bond doesn't really get hit, or doesn't get hit. Then you know, he escapes under some tunnel, then obviously they meet up and they fight and all this. I mean, it's just so cliche, it's just so ridiculous, it's so over the top. I just did not like it. And if you are gonna go over the top, at least don't go back and forth between ridiculously over the top while still trying to keep it kind of in reality, I guess you could say. Like, this is a real person kind of a thing. So those are the things that I didn't really like. I actually do say that I like the acting from the villain. He was really, really good. He kind of brought in the emotion to the film. I kind of paid attention more when he came into play, because he really, they did his character very well. And again, you know, I guess if you're the old school James Bond kind of people, then you might like it, but I didn't like it. I mean, they didn't have any gadgets, they didn't have any super hot girls, and like I said, James Bond was more of like a superhero than he was some real person kind of a thing. So I guess that's my take on it. I didn't really like it. What do you guys think down below? Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Fuck it, man. I did not like that movie at all. I was actually having a hard time watching it. I was like, man, do I want to turn this damn thing off, or do I actually want to continue watching the whole movie? And I watched it all the way through, and I was highly disappointed. I like Casino Royale a lot better. But yeah, this movie, Skyfall, is horrible. But that's my opinion. Let me know your guys' opinions below. And like I said, the list of videos that I'm going to be reviewing are going to be in the description box. And that thing could possibly be updated. Like I said, if anybody's giving me suggestions on videos they want me to review, let me know. I'm going to try to make these things shorter. I just got kind of diarrhea at the mouth because I had a lot to say about this movie. But that's kind of why I want to do these things, is I like this. I like this. I don't feel trapped anymore by just talking about one specific subject. Like, I can just give my opinion, and that's it. It's my opinion. So, yeah. Up next, the Man with the Iron Fist. Actually, no. You know what? Forget it. I'm doing Ali next. Because to be honest, I didn't really like the Man with the Iron Fist, and I don't want to do 2 negative video reviews in a row. So, doing Ali next. And yeah, again, thanks to Aesthetic Goals. If you're still watching this, fucking, you're cool as hell. Alright.